Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. The former deputy governor of Central Bank of Nigeria is at it again, and this time around, he is laying it bare for Nigerians to know the exact situation they are in, and the fact that while we are listening to propaganda, we should stare ourselves in the face, look ourselves in the mirrors, and stare to the hard fact, look at the hard fact the way it is, and not lie to ourselves. It's actually a serious issue in Nigeria, and the tensions are palpable, the tensions are touchable, the tensions are real. They are not propaganda, and it's telling it to our faces. We should get ready. But before we go to the newspaper to find out the facts and figures he has laid bare for Nigerians to know for sure, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. This is actually an interview, so I want to take a set from in the interview so we can understand where he is, where he's heading. The interview asks, said there was a time last year when Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State even said bandits from Mali were entering the country, especially the southwest region. Are we not in trouble already? They're asking him. He was stuck. He now went further and responded. He said, I do agree with His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde. He said, I must commend the leadership of the Yoruba people for showing great restraint under extreme provocation. They have not heightened the tension through incendiary commentary. Rather, they are appealing to the youth to show restraint. That is the Yoruba way. I am a great admirer of the ancient Yoruba civilization. They have been an urban civilization for more than 1,000 years. Unlike the Fulanis, who do not have any civilization, they are desert wanderers who ended up in the mountains of Futa Jalong in Upper Guinea. Go to the Encyclopedia of the World Ethnology. You will not find anything great written about any putative Fulani civilization. What they seem to be very good at is deploying dark care, deceit, dissimulation, and subterfuge. They will befriend you and allow you to be off your guard, and then they will come in the silt of the night, kill you and your entire family, and then take over. This was the pattern all over Hausa land. The Hausa king of Kano was slaughtered like a goat. The Hab rulers of Gobar and Zazzau were similarly slaughtered. They dismissed as Kado. Even though they were learned Muslims, I have visited the original homeland of Guinea. The hatred for the Fulanis by the indigenous tribes, who, by the way, are also Muslims, is terrible, terrible. The Yoruba people comprise of both Muslims and Christians, but the Yoruba brand of Islam is tolerant, enlightened, and accommodating. The Salafi fascism is alien to Yoruba worldwide. The only challenge Yoruba people have right now is that one or two of their leaders have sold their souls, and they are desperate to succeed Buhari, and they will do anything necessary to get that power. When a man sells his souls, it doesn't matter what justification he later offers. Such a man is lost. The Yoruba people must not be led by charlatans, no matter how many trillions they have succeeded in stealing. It will be an insult to the memory of great men such as Chief Obafemi Awolowo. Let me also say that I welcome local security outfits such as Amotekun. It is a welcome response to the pervasive insecurity that has overtaken Yoruba land and the rest of Nigeria. Our extant laws and statutes and our constitution provide for the right to self-defense. Indeed, international law, the precept of universal ethics and natural justice and equity accord the right and duty to people who face an existential threat to their very survival to take such measures as necessary to protect their families and communities. This is an even more burden duty as well as moral rights, as long as government is unable and or unwilling to come to the aid of defenseless people. Now they asked another question. There is an ongoing controversy concerning Minister Issa Pantami over his extremist rhetorics in the past. A lot of people are saying he should resign or be sacked, but the president has said he is not going anywhere. What is your take on this? He replied, so I really do not want to jump into the bandwagon on the Pantami case. I think all his dirty linen have been washed in the public arena. The emperor has no clothes. He has threatened to go back to Medina or wherever he came from. He will be well advised to do so. The new Nigeria of our dream has no place for his types. He has allegedly eloquized the likes of Osama bin Laden. I saw an old video clip of him waxing lachrymose about the need to go to Laktang and wage chaos on the infidels. In moral terms, he is what he is, and the enemy of our people. He said a reptilian and deadly enemy of our people. It is people like him with their theology that have brought so much bloodshed, sorrow, tears to our country. We heard very well that the government said in his defense, they did not whitewash his wickedness. They merely tried to rationalize it as the waywardness of youth. We reject this line of argument. What he was alleged to have done took place when he was already an adult. He has a PhD from a third-tier university in Britain. We hear he had the honor of being a Hafiz, that's someone who has ostentatious memorized the Quran. The greatest danger of his type is to memorize and internalize. He went further to say that the debate on now they now asked him a question. The debate on whether the country should restructure or be divided is on. Where do you belong to in this, sir? He answered, let me make it clear. I'm an old Nigerian patriot. I believe in the idea of Nigeria. I'm a believer in the great Nigerian project. I suppose those of us who are hemmed in within the middle belt do not have much of a choice. We have nowhere to run to. Being caught and sardined in the middle, we see ourselves as Nigerians. And even if the rest of the country were to break up, if the north were to disappear into the Sahara and the south were to sink under the Atlantic Ocean, the middle belt will still be Nigeria, with our federal capital in Abuja. But I have read enough history and enough political theory to say that there are no guarantees for any nation on earth. The British historian Arnold Toynbee, in his epic study of the world civilization, identified about 22 of them. Nations and civilizations have risen and fallen, and it will continue to be so. World without end. Leaders that make wise policy decisions will see their countries move forward. Those that succumb to folly will eat the dust of their own wickedness. This is how the world works. So for Nigeria, I do not believe in our eternal indissolubility from the way things are going. So people are hell bent on destroying the country. They are pushing forward their evil agenda of Fulanization. They do not give a damn what anybody thinks. They believe they are in power, and this is perhaps the last opportunity they have to reshape the country in their own image. Through Pantami's devious NIM palaver, they are allegedly importing millions of aliens and issuing them with passports, national identity cards, and voters cards. They are fighting a demographic jihad to ensure that the North is the demographic majority by subterfuge. And then they have free license to call the shots in perpetuity. They have allowed hundreds of thousands of killers to invade our country. They're everywhere now. Recently, Niger State Governor, that's Niger State Governor Abubakar Sani Bello, lamented that the terrorist bandits have overrun over 100 villages. Niger, as you know, is the largest state by size in Nigeria, and it has less than 200 kilometers to Abuja. The terrorists have already occupied most of my ancient savannah homeland, the Gistat and the Hemnesotics of this administration leads us to believe they have a closer sympathy for the killers of our people. One of them was quoted as saying, as you know, we always rejoice when Christians are, oh dear, with this kind of attitude, we never trust them. We would always have to decode and psychoanalyze even their best intentions. The tragedy of our situation has encouraged all sorts of secessionist tendencies from the old Biafra to Oduduwa and Middle Belt based on purely on system theories. There is no system that can take on such pressure without something eventually giving in. Even those of us old patriots who love our country and desire its success and prosperity may be in no position to stop the madmen who are hell-bent on destroying her. If Carthage must be destroyed, then it is better for everyone to go their own way. The only solution as I see it is restructuring, political reforms, devolution of power to the regions, and reinvesting Nigeria as a forward-looking, progressive and prosperous democracy. The only alternative is death. In spite of the huge investment in water sector by the government and international organization, water scarcity has grown to become a perennial nightmare for residents in Abeokuta. This is really, really serious. You have heard what Mailafia